where dreams come true. Hanging with celebs doing interviews. I'm a stand-up comic, my jokes pack a punch. I like cannoli that bounce to the crunch. I work with Jimmy Kimmel and Tony Soprano. X around, I'm the top Italiano. I got Irma as my sidekick. This is my show, make sure you watch it.
Mario Bosco. Mario Bosco.
Alright guys, are you okay? Do you want me to get you a cough drop or something?
Vateneca.
Alright guys, here we're in the studio today again. We are back. I'm excited. Me and my girl Irma, and we have a really special guest, none other than a famous superstar, Lisa Ann. Welcome, Lisa. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here with you, and getting to know you has been super special today.
Oh, thank you. So is you. Okay, I say that.
Mario, what kind of research did you do to prepare for this episode?
You had to ask that question, right? I watched some of her videos.
Let me ask you a couple follow-up questions.
Yes.
Would this be on YouTube? My fantasy football drafts, like fantasy football best ball drafts or fantasy football, are those the videos you watched?
No.
How about my travel vlogs? You know, when I go on the road and do things and
Well, I know you do things, but it wasn't the kind of things I saw.
And it wasn't my podcast video. What kind of videos did you watch? And how many?
Roughly about 6 or 8.
Roughly.
Oh, Pelamadon. Did you watch them all in one night?
No, I watched them
Spaced
while
it
I
out?
was on the airplane.
Even better.
Yeah, I got no shame, Lisa. I'm an entertainer. I'm a stand-up comedian, you know?
You watched them in your seat or in the bathroom?
In my seat.
Oh, okay,
What am I
wow.
going to watch them in the bathroom for? You this.
Was there any stand-up material? Let's talk about it.
I stand up? No, it was mostly laying down. But I gotta tell you, I gotta say, you have style. Okay? You have style, and I like certain things that you did, but I do have some questions for you as we go down the line. Hey guys, it's me, your boy, Mario Bosco. Go to growingupitalian.com and get yourself this cool t-shirt. That's right, that's me for my show. Not only you need to watch the show, but you got to get the merch, okay? Because we need a little scattles, all right? Capiche? Go get yourself this great t-shirt, okay, at growingupitalian.com and watch the episodes. Enjoy the show. Forget about it. Oh, my boy James Gandolfini, he's always looking over me. Forget about it.
Have you thought about doing a scene in the adult industry? Like when you were watching all that tape and taking notes, did you find something that you were like, I think I want to try that?
I don't think I want to try that, but, you know, I almost got a stuck with situation like that.
Okay.
A mutual friend of yours, or I want to say a coworker or colleague of the porn industry, Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
He hit me up one day, so I was in Hustlers on Sunset Boulevard, and he tried to sell me a cake mold of
Penis.
his penis. And the cake mold, no joke, was about this big. And he's looking at me and he goes, "You like?" And I used to make cakes and cookies and chocolate. And he goes, "You like?" And I go, "Nah, not really." He goes, I could show you it's that size. And I go, "Nah, you could keep it." He pushed and pushed for me to buy something of his logo and product. I ended up not buying anything. I bought neon condoms. A friend of mine wanted neon condoms. So I said, all right, and it had the logo Hustler, so I bought that. We pushed back. That night, I leave the store, and I go to across the street to the Rainbow Bar and Grill. And Ron Jeremy is sitting at his table like as if I left him on one side of the street to the other. And he goes, "You want to go buy that thing?" And I go, "No, I'm looking to eat my Oriental chicken salad, you know." I'm like, "Leave me the fuck alone, Ron Jeremy." A few years later, I get asked to do some kind of reality show. Now I'm an actor. I'm a SAG actor. I don't do reality TV. And he's like, VH1 wanted to do something. It was supposed to be me and him in Brooklyn hanging out. And then we went from that to, hey, Ron, he was on the thing in the middle. He goes, hey, Ron, how about we make you do things that are inappropriate? Mario could be like your buffer, your butler. And I said, hey, listen to me right here. I says, I ain't your buffer, I ain't your butler, I ain't your bitch. I got up and I walked out. And I never saw him after that again.
Well, you do know the truth with him was that it was that big, and what made him unique when he first got in the business was he could give himself a blowjob. Did you know that?
Ooh.
That was the unique feature that Ron Jeremy's fame came from. In, I want to say this would probably be the 80s, right? Yeah, he could, and they called him the Hedgehog because he could do that. That was his nickname, and he was flexible enough to be able. And then later, men started getting ribs removed so that they could do it to themselves because it's a flexibility thing. And once you remove some ribs, you can easily do it.
Yeah, didn't Marilyn Manson remove his rib?
Money, ding, 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 ding. You win nothing, but you won the prize.
Mario, would you do that to yourself if you could?
No, not at all.
I do know that you really like to have sex with celebrities, though.
I kind of like to hang out with celebrities, yes.
And does sex usually occur?
No, not really. Although in Hollywood, I'm known as a star fucker.
Explain that to Lisa while you're a star fucker.
So every celebrity I bump into, basically, I have to have a picture, phone number, where do you live. So I got that name while I was doing NYPD Blue. I was on 20th Century Fox, and I crashed a golf cart to meet Whoopi Goldberg. I crashed another golf cart because I used to borrow golf carts all over the place. And then I crashed a golf cart to meet who I was doing NYPD Blue with, Rick Schroeder. He was leaving the show, and he was about to leave for good, and I would never see him. So I had to get his phone number and him to sign my shirt, and I had him to do everything. And they said, this guy's a star fucker. And anywhere I go, I was telling my friend in L.A., Hugh Hefner hit on me once. I swear to you.
The stories.
I can't recall the place, but it was on Sunset Boulevard. It wasn't much farther than the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Okay.
And I just on Howard Stern. And so he kind of pushed me out first out of the circle with him and the girls. And then the girls told him he's just been on Howard Stern and he's on NYPD Blue and he has a health condition. So he welcomed back in. And then he hit on me and he invited me to come to the mansion. He goes, and he gave me one of these.
Oh, I remember when that was a thing.
And I said,
Do
fuck.
you remember when that was a thing? Oh, that was such a thing. That's not a thing anymore, is it? That was a great thing, too. Once someone grab you, they like, especially if they looked you in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
did
know.
that. Oh, you were
And
like,
that-
let's go right now.
You're too young for that.
I haven't had anybody do it to me in years.
Yeah, well, I could be your first.
Yes.
So, you know, what else can I say? That he is who he is, you know.
Were you able to watch these movies without getting aroused?
No, I get aroused.
But you were on the flight in front of other people.
Yeah, so what does that have to do?
There's a blanket.
No, I don't need to do that kind of stuff.
Who were you sitting next to?
Just a random people, you know. I always like the window because
Yeah, because you can kind of hide, but they can see the reflection if you don't have the blind down.
So just, I mean, out of context, this person who sat next to you has no idea who you are.
Yeah,
You know, maybe a little confused by you.
yeah,
And you pull out your phone.
yeah.
And you just start watching pornography.
Yeah, but I turn myself this way to the window. I have this, like you said, you pull your shade down,
so you don't get the reflection.
and I watch the videos. I have my earphones in, and that's it.
Oh, good. You got good sound. I'm glad.
Yeah, I had the sound. I like the effects.
Yeah.
So do you have any, like, critiques for her? Or?
No, I have no critique. Just she's
Was
the
there
best.
anything that I did that surprised you?
In one of the videos I saw, I don't know his name, but he was African American, and you did anal with him.
And he was very large.
Yeah,
Mandingo?
I don't know.
Was it very thick? Just
kinda.
massive. Yes, that would be Mandingo.
Okay,
I managed to do that once. Yes. It was a challenge, but
you liked it?
it was really more of the challenge. It's not something you'd want to do all the time because of the size of it. But it also is a huge selling product, so I knew I had to do it at least once.
All right,
And it was a product that I owned too. So when I would do a scene that was very unique, that I knew everybody wanted. Once people started calling me and saying, hey, can I book you for this? Can I book you for this? That was what I would be like, oh, great. I'm going to go produce this. I'm going to shoot it myself first and sell it. And then I'll shoot it for them if I want to shoot it for them. But I kept all of my scenes with him exclusive to me because he lived in Chicago. It was hard to get him out to LA. Everybody wanted to shoot with him because he was really the biggest we'd seen. It's
Pretty
huge.
cool.
Wow.
Huge. Yeah.
It's like me. I don't like roller coasters, you know? It's like going down.
Did you have a specific question about that, or you just wanted to?
Well, I have some questions.
Let's go.
All right, let's see. I'm blushing, Irma.
By the way, I love the slippers, Irma. All this. This is just beautiful.
Irma, did you do any research?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Irma's good. Irma's talking to me on this level.
All right, so CBD oil for relaxing feelings. Do you recommend it or?
I do. CBD oil is great, but I'm very pro marijuana. So I feel like
Okay.
you're going to go all in. But if you have a pet, I think CBD is probably better.
Well, it wasn't for pets, it's for sex. It was
Oh, you can do lube. CBD lube is great.
Yes,
So
that's
use
what
the
I'm talking-
CBD lube. Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite body fruits for somebody to eat off of your body?
Mario,
That is
ask that question one more time, but don't read it off your phone.
Okay, all right. What is your favorite fruit that you like for somebody to eat off of your body?
Can I have any accoutrements with it? Because it would be great if it was strawberries with a little bit of whipped cream and chocolate.
Ooh, like a sundae.
Like a
like
sundae.
a Lisa Ann sundae.
Like a sundae. I think
Very
that's really,
nice.
or, maybe it could be something sticky, like some honey.
Ooh,
right?
honey's
That's
nice.
delightful, right? Yeah, honey's nice too.
Okay, another question relating to food. Have you ever...
I can't. When you are gasping to let something out, I am bracing myself. I am like, where's my seatbelt?
Okay.
Hey, do I need a helmet?
Have you ever had an orgasm using a vegetable?
I have not. And it's amazing that there's still things in this world I have not done.
Wow,
But I get it.
Would
I
you
have
do
not-
it like with a squash or a cucumber?
I think a cucumber with a condom would probably be the most realistic because then you wouldn't get the bumpiness. You would have to
Right.
make sure it wasn't a bumpy cucumber, right?
What about pepperoni? Or a...
That actually makes sense because it's meat.
Yeah, it's meat and
You know,
it's
I
and it's
I don't
long
eat pork,
and it's
but I wouldn't
hard
have to eat it.
and
You know what I'm saying?
what about
Salami.
what about salami? But what
Little
about a
white.
cucuzza? Nice, white long cucuzza. You know,
Oh, yes.
you know. What
I don't
mean?
know how I haven't thought of these yet, and why any major production companies didn't come up with these
Well,
suggestions while I was
need
still
to- I
available
need
to
to-
shoot them.
You know. Okay.
Mario, what vegetable would most closely resemble what you're working with?
Or me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, no, probably pickle would be my status. Yeah, I would say that.
Pickle?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Are you talking about a small dill pickle, or are you talking about a big whole pickle? Does it fit in a jar without being cut in half?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. All right. Here we go.
Mario, again, don't read it off
Okay.
I think it's funny that he's reading all this. Yeah.
Yeah, I did my homework.
Yeah.
All right. What would you recommend for the best stores for people to shop for porn toys?
It depends if you want to go in and see them in person, because some of the hustler stores have incredible these bars where
Do
the
they
one in
have
Lexington.
try-ons?
No, it's in Lexington, Kentucky. They have this bar for lube, so you can go in and try all the different textures of lube, and they have really great product knowledge specialists that do these events. I think going somewhere where you can ask the right questions and have somebody know, do you have any allergies? What things do you like? Also, how to care for those toys. Are they Bluetooth? Which they have a lot of Bluetooth.
Lot
Are
of
they
Bluetooth,
charged? A lot
yes.
of Bluetooth. All of my friends that are in long distance relationships or their partner travels, I make them all get Bluetooth toys.
Yeah,
Because it's so cool. You're on an app. Your wife's at a conference in Cleveland, Ohio in her hotel. You guys are FaceTiming, and you're controlling this toy that she has in her presence. And
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I heard about that. It's
How do
really-
you know about that? I'm just wondering how you know about something Lisa is telling people to
Yes.
use. I'm just curious.
Well, I hang out on Sunset Boulevard a lot. At Hustlers. I know my shit.
They are very sexual people.
Apparently.
Yeah, I heard that they have a Bluetooth selection, and
Yep.
you could control it with your phone, or you could even control it to music,
Yep.
depending on the music and
Yep.
the mood of the day.
Yep.
You could control it to the weather, if it's rainy out, if you want that heavy vibration, if you want that
Toys
smooth.
have come a long way.
Yeah, I heard they really are very special. Okay, next question. All right, what do I have next? Favorite music. What is your favorite song that you like rocking to, like sexually? Or is it just straight done, finished, gotta go to work?
No. In the background music for sex, it's creating a vibe. I say something like chill, something like chill sounds like Portishead, like something, I'm not real big.
Not
like,
Rocky, not like
Rocky,
Billy
no,
Joel, we wanna rock the
Right, no.
city.
I will maybe run the treadmill to that music, but do
Right.
something sexual would be something more chill. We can still hear your partner's breathing. Because I think a lot of people want to fill the room with sound and forget that part of intimacy is not only feeling your partner's body temperature change, but also hearing their breathing. And that's how you can really determine what somebody's enjoying.
Okay.
I mean, look, when we eat good food, what do we do?
All right.
So good. We
Like-
make sounds.
Like good vibration, like the Beach Boys. Good.
Oh, so
good
you're
vi-
actually telling me what you do.
Right.
So that's what you listen to.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
But
listen to the
I
same.
was trying to say, like, do you go like, no? Do you like the vibration of the good vibration of the, like, if you're using a vibrator and you want to put
I
the
know.
Beach
I don't
Boys
need
in-
my theme song to match my toy.
Okay,
You do.
okay.
I get it, but I don't.
Okay.
But well played.
Read the text I sent you.
I know what you just texted me. All right. What's the craziest thing you've done while doing doggy style? Like, what is the
Did you send that text?
My question's
By
better.
the way, just send the text.
He sent me
my
a
question's better.
no. He
It's all
didn't.
Mario.
No, it's mine. I could show you my.
I know, it's
physical
funny
notes.
because you're thinking about, like, if you all were big fans of Seinfeld, remember the episode where George realized he could have sex and eat at the same time?
Right. I was like, can you
Yeah.
can you vacuum your floor while doing doggy
I
style?
wouldn't. You probably could, but I never felt the need to. But it's very efficient time-wise. If you're a mom, if you have a lot of kids, it might be how you have to clean the house. Like, I get
Right.
that.
So your husband is banging you and you're vacuuming the floor.
Yeah, no, I
Right?
haven't really.
This is all you today.
Thanks, Irma.
This is
Irma
all
wants
you.
no part of it.
We're
Shit.
all learning about you.
You.
Believe it or not. I already know Lisa.
Okay.
All right. So you are a member of the AVN
Yes.
and XRCO
Awards, yes.
and Urban X.
Urban X, yeah.
Hall of Fame. Wow,
Yeah.
congrats. That's great. See, I did my homework, Sabino.
So why don't you explain what they are?
Well, I don't have
A little bit.
the definition.
The Hall of Fame Awards. So you get them
Yeah.
after you've been in the industry for so many years.
It's like an Emmy or a SAG or an Oscar.
Yes, and I've also gotten some other awards, but the Hall of Fames are nice because it puts you in, the status of everyone remembering you forever in the industry.
Nice.
I will admit, though, that I
Have
did
you ever
sell
been-
all of my awards to fans.
You do?
Oh, wow.
I did, because here's how it went down. It got to a point where I had a ton of awards. So I had like 50 awards. And I had this landing going up to my bedroom, and I would keep this, I had this bookshelf. It was really cool, and I had all the awards on there. So I was funny, because I was like, if a dude's coming up to my bedroom, he has to look at that. Right? He has to face all.
Yeah.
And then some of my friends were like, that's fucking troll shit. You shouldn't do that. And then anytime a service worker would come over, cable guy, whatever, I'd have to get out a sheet, throw it over these awards. You don't want some guy you don't know in your house alone realizing who you are, so you're mortified. And then when I was getting ready to move here, I became a minimalist and I was getting rid of my things. I thought, somebody's going to value these more than me. I'm going to put them in a box. They're going to go in storage. I'm going to forget about them. They're valueless to me to go to a bank. I can't walk into the bank and go, hey, give me $500 for this thing. But I do have fans that will buy anything. So I sold them all. And it's cool because somebody else gets to have a trinket of
Now,
mine. And I don't have to be responsible for them because I would never have put them out again.
Okay, so
I
let me
realized
ask-
guys don't want to see 50 awards before they have sex with you. It's a real problem. They get insecure.
Smart
So
business.
what's the
move.
craziest thing a fan's bought from you or requested to buy?
Oh, do you know this one? Because it is crazy. When
Do you know this
OnlyFans
one?
first started, guy on OnlyFans sends me a DM asking me to go to the dentist and take out a couple of my teeth and send them to him, and he would pay well. And I worked at a dentist's office in high school, and I know that if you take out teeth, they're gonna shift, and I lost my mind because first of all, I'd never do it, but my biggest fear with somebody like that is he's gonna ask somebody who's weak and needs the money, and they're gonna do it, and then they're gonna realize their teeth are ruined forever. But it was like, I not only blocked him, I got his username. I asked them to give me his IP. I just wanted to make sure he had no access to me. Like, I want you blocked on every social platform.
I'm right here. Right here.
Oh, that's great.
You see, you should have called me. What I would have done is I would have got you a few teeth off my dog before she was dying, and I would have sold them the dog's teeth.
Everyone says the same thing.
Yeah, you should have sold them. You could have went and
I
bought.
will not engage.
Oh, forget
Also,
it.
you're not allowed to sell shit like that on
Abracadabra in New York
OnlyFans.
City.
We're not selling organs or body
Right.
parts on OnlyFans. Or we're not doing that.
Yeah, but you go to Abracadabra in the city, go buy the costume
that
shop.
spot.
I love that
It
store.
is a fun store. I can
Fun
be lost
store.
in there.
I
That's
met
what we're going to do together.
Yeah.
We'll play dress up in there. They'll let you try
Let's
stuff
go.
on.
Yes.
Take photos all day.
Yes.
We'll shoot a whole reel of it.
So I would go in there and buy these fake teeth. I would go to my dentist and say, listen, I'm making a movie. I need these to look real. And then the first bacala that comes my way and says, hey, I want to buy your teeth. Can I get okay, $5,000. Here you go. Here, I'll give you $2 for fucking extra. There you go. And they're fake. I'm not selling them my teeth. These teeth are fake anyway, so they weren't worth anything to them anyway.
And the weirdest thing a fan ever sent me, so there was a time I ran my fan club through the mail because we didn't have the internet yet. So I'd open fan mail and I would mail out a newsletter every month. A fan sent me a full Ziploc baggie full of semen.
That's disgusting.
And it had to be a good week's worth. It was very traumatic. I had real mail.
I said you could have sold that for some lesbian maybe needed to make a baby. You know, that's baby
But
material.
it wasn't refrigerated anymore. And the cells were not going to be alive. Like, we thought about how we could recycle it. You know what I mean?
Good. See, there's my girl. There's my girl. I like that. I have a question for you. So, after you finish work and you've had sex and you've made your video, do they say, cut, we need to do that again?
No, we know exactly what we're doing because we can't mess it up.
Okay, so then you leave, you go home.
Normally we shower there, we get paid, kind of wrap it up. Usually, like in the industry, everybody works really as a team. So a lot of times we'll help the production crew kind of load up their stuff. Even though we could leave earlier, everybody kind of stays and hangs, helps everybody get out of the location together. And then
Does any of the
you
crew
face
members
traffic.
ever say, hey, while you're still naked, can I take a shot at you?
Never with me. Everyone pretty much always feared me.
Right.
And ironically, I interviewed a director that I worked with and for in my early 20s in the 90s. And I asked him what it was like. You know, he had turned down doing the Palin movie because he wasn't available, and it's his biggest regret. But he said that every director was very afraid of me. I knew what I wanted when I got out there, and I knew what I was not willing to do. And when people would get weird with me, I'm like, I fuck on camera for money. You think I'm gonna fuck behind people's back for more money? That's just
Exactly.
stupid.
Right.
I can get more money to do it on camera.
But here's the thing, like you like in show business, we have no shame. Like people like, you know, like when I started out comedy, like there was things I wouldn't talk about. You know, sexuality, who I was, the life I live, you know, I like to gamble, you know, my health disease that I was born with. So these were things like I kind of was hiding behind. But then when I got approached to make my memoir, my book, I was like, you know, I need to talk about. They were like, he kept pushing me. The editor was like, you got to talk about this. You got to talk about this. You got to keep holding back. It's not really going to be a good book. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's rock with it. And I got to say, it was really the best event in doing that. You understand? Because I'm open now. And it kind of, even doing stand-up, there were certain things that now I don't really even give a shit. I'll talk about it on the stage. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any regrets. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a huge release to share who you really are.
Yeah.
And there's a time where you realize putting it out to the universe frees you of any insecurities or concerns you had about who people thought you were. You know who you are. And when you know who you are, the best thing you can do is share it in the most authentic version of yourself.
Yeah.
And let people know who you are. It's freeing.
A lot of people were like, do you have, like regrets because you're a comedian? Do you have and it's like, I said, listen, I don't put anything out there that's A, not true, or B, like I have a joke that my mother fucked Mickey Mouse. That's the reason I'm like this. It's not real, obviously. I mean, but it's who I am. Because if I came out and I told the audience, hey, a doctor fucked up, gave my mother cold medicine, that's not funny, It's like, it's like that. But telling the audience, it's like softening them up a little bit. Like, I'm using butter and I'm softening them up.
Yep. I get
It's funny. I just was at
You want her to soften her audience up? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking
I
about
don't
me.
know.
I'm talking about
confused.
me. I'm talking about me. It's funny, like I just played the Ice House and there was like security on top of security and they're like, because Sebastian was there and he was sitting off the side and the girl guy goes, you can't come in here. Sebastian's there. I was like, I'm a comic. He goes, okay, you can come in. What did you think? I was going to jump on Sebastian's back and go, come here, I need a picture, you bastard. I know I'm a Hollywood star fucker, but come on. I mean, I've calmed down. I mean, let me get to him first. Let me say hello and shake his hand. Howie Mandel, I tried to shake his hand. He gave me,
germaphobe. He doesn't shake hands.
He gave me one of these. I said,
Nope, Howie Mandel does not shake hands. He actually won't even touch anything in a hotel
he
without
gave
tongs.
me, he went like this to me. He gave me one and said,
Way before COVID, he was doing this. Yeah.
I was like, he goes, the guy goes, he don't touch. I know he doesn't touch nobody. But he gave me one of these. I go, can't even give me a fist bump. He won't touch you. No hands.
No hands.
Yeah, elbow only. I said, I said, how do I get paid from this guy?
I have a question. It's a two-parter. So what makes a good porn star and what makes a good porn director?
Great two-part question. I think what makes a great porn star is being true to the things you're actually sexually drawn to. My rule of thumb was I didn't do anything on camera that I hadn't done in my personal life. So I wanted to explore my own sexuality and grow into myself before I did things. I didn't have anal sex in my early young life. I didn't have it till my 30s. So I didn't do it on camera till my 30s. And so I think...
Was that your first time?
It was on camera, but I did it many times in my personal life first before I said, okay, I'm ready to shoot this now. And so I think, not overshooting is a big thing. The internet changed that. People went from shooting one thing a month to shooting 20. You oversaturate yourself. Your product's competing against your own product. Like, it's just common sense. I never shot more than 5 days a month, but mostly I shot 12 to 15 things a year. It just seemed like more because I was in the business forever. The making of a good porn star is really being mindful about who you are sexually, connecting with your fans. And I think there's a missing link right now because of OnlyFans and the convenience that it's brought into entertainers' lives to be able to create content at home. They're not working for the big studios as much, and so people don't know who they are. They're not getting out and doing events and meeting their fans in person. And reality is, when you meet fans in person, they're your fan for life, no matter what you do. You put out a book, you do a radio show, they support you. We've met. You've rubbed elbows. Like, it's a thing.
You're right.
So I think that really makes a good porn star is being mindful of all of those things.
You're absolutely right, because I do a festival in New York City, the San Gennaro Festival, and I sell candy during it. And I'm kind of a little bit embarrassed of selling this candy in the festival, but because, not that I'm embarrassed of the fact, I'm embarrassed of myself because it's like I'm on a high lead now because of Nico and Sabino, that now I'm selling candy. And people would come up to me every single day, pictures and pictures and pictures. And they were like, is this yours? In the beginning, I was like, no, I'm just watching it for a friend. But then I was like, you know what? It is mine. I do sell this. I have no shame. And you said it perfectly. Like, you won't do anything on camera that you wouldn't have done in your personal life. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not comfortable about talking something about my life, I won't go out and say it on TMZ. You know what I'm saying? I'm just I'm gonna try to build up to it. Like, I never wanted to be a stand-up comedian. This fell in my lap out of, like, nowhere. I took a class, and I first time I did it, went out and bought a PA, production assistant thing, put it in the air, the tube down the thing. I made my friend was going to call me and read my jokes to me, and it was over. She ratted me out to the teacher, and the teacher says, hey, if you have an audition for for a big time guy, Clint Eastwood. Are you gonna go with that thing in your ear, plugged into your phone, somebody reading your lines? I go, no, I'd go off book. Well, if you could go off book for Clint Eastwood, whoever, come be off book for your stand-up comedy. And a month later, I opened up for Michael Winslow, the man of a million voices, and in LA, and just became, I feel like it's in my blood now. Like I went to LA, my friend goes, you're addicted. And I'm like, it's not addiction.
It's passion.
It's passion.
But wait, part 2 of your question.
Yes.
Yes.
Part 2 of the question, what makes a good director? And I also directed and produced a ton of movies throughout my years. And I think the most important thing for a director in a business as personal as the adult industry is to talk to your talent first thing. My biggest thing when I was hiring a female star was, who are your 5 favorite people to work with? Are there any crews you're uncomfortable with? Maybe somebody didn't vibe well with a lighting person. Like, you want to make sure that your talent is good with everything down to the makeup artist, location, everything. Because when they're good, they're going to shine. They're going to feel comfortable. It's very, it's not only intimate, but you're very exposed. You feel very, there you are. And so bringing the people together that were actually going to perform in the scene and know that they had everything down to snacks. Like, I was like, what snacks you like, what coconut water, Red Bull, what is it you want? Making sure that they were catered to, that then it became almost like a date for them. When they would get on set, they'd see each other, they'd chop it up a little bit, they get in the vibe, everybody else is working, lighting, and it becomes this beautiful thing. And so I think it's really, directing is so not focused on the director. Directing is focused, and also telling your talent exactly what you want. Hey, we need 30 minutes of footage. We'd like the pickup to look like this. If you have any variations that you like, suggest it, so that they're not feeling at a loss that they can't please you, or what goals do you have in mind. Even time I do a small content shoot in the city, everyone knows they're going to get a sheet 2 hours beforehand that is our exact breakdown of the day, how I plan it's going to time out, what order we're doing these things in. Everyone knows what we're doing, and then everyone knows when they're done. And everyone just feels good. So I think it's about leadership, really being selective. No one wants to pair up people that don't like each other. And that happens a lot out of laziness. Agents will hire, girls will get booked for a scene. Agents will say, unless the person's on your no list, you have no rights to say who you're working with. And then they show up and they don't get along with each other. The guy dreads the scene, the girl dreads. Who wants to see that? And you see a lot of that. You can tell when scenes are just not great.
Did you have any, when you first started, showing your body naked in front of the director, the full crew, you understand? Did you have any, were you
No,
shy?
because I was already dancing. So I danced nude in Pennsylvania and Reading at Al's Diamond Cabaret for already 2 years before I went out to California.
Wow.
So once I realized I could dance nude in front of I was like, and, I studied the entire industry for the 2 years I was at Al's, because Al's had feature dancers come every week. So we had different stars, Playboy Playmates, the top stars in the late 80s, early 90s, Ginger Lynn, just crazy Savannah, the
Dallas.
crazy old schoolers, right? And I interviewed them. I knew that I wanted to keep dancing. I knew that I wanted to make money in that business. I just knew I didn't want to stay at a house club where you see the same customers all the time, because you really got to build a sales relationship, and I didn't love it. But I looked at these women on stage, and I'm like, these women are making so much money. They're getting to travel the world on somebody else's expense, and they're in and out of every city in 5 days. This is amazing. So that 2 years of doing the research, by the time I was there, I didn't shoot until I had a contract. I knew everything. I wanted my name in the title. I wanted to be on the box covers alone. So that's why people were already afraid of me by 22. Because when I went out there, I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I won't do. We'll not talk about anything else. And it worked.
Did you ever work with Big D from Dallas? I guess she had big tits, and Big D was her size.
I remember that company, right? That was
Yeah.
the Dallas Novelties,
Yeah.
right? They had toys, everything. I did maybe some trade shows, but never worked with them.
That is cool. What gets me is that this business is crazy. I'll give you an example. So used to be everything was on VHS.
Of course, you had to be kind and rewind.
Be kind to
Remember
rewind.
that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yep.
They would charge you.
Yeah.
They would charge you. And another thing too, they were renting. How unsanitary is it that people were renting pornos and then touching them?
I know.
It's the grossest thing that I tell young people that didn't know that was a thing. I'm like, that was a thing. You rented them and took them back.
I knew a guy, he used to push the tape in with his dick.
Oh, that's fun. Was that you?
No, that
I
wasn't
feel like
me.
that was you.
No,
Do
that
you all,
wasn't me.
Did
That
you all
wasn't-
get that vibe? That
No, but what I'm saying is like, do you feel the industry? Because on my end, the industry has changed from the way we were, like back in like when we had to submit for a movie. We had to get we had to put a tape of our reel. We had to put a headshot, a resume, a cover letter, and then seal that. Then we went to DVDs. Like today, we could download anything we want to watch, including porn. You go on Pornhub, you got your whole selection from teens to older,
big boobs,
big
milk,
folks, little
grannies,
girls,
everything.
all kinds of stuff. So when back in the day you had to rent the tape, do you feel like the it's changed for you too? Like in
I think what's changed is the exposure to the amount of content.
today, the exposure is more quicker than back then.
And also, remember, you had to be 18. The law is 18 for a reason. And now, kids are looking at it at 10 on their phone. And I think that the age that they're accessing it is really warping their brains in a bit. I'm actually getting ready to do a speaking engagement at a college for an instructor, professor does a porn literacy class, really teaching people about how this is impacting intimacy, the population in America, how it's being impacted by the exposure of content. Because a lot of young men watch it so young that then when they go to be with a woman, it doesn't do it for them.
Right.
It doesn't do it because she doesn't look like that. They've gotten so used to that they can't even get hard.
Wow.
They can't come. These are now 16-year-olds that can't perform. Like, that's crazy. At 16, you should be having sex 4 or 5 times a day.
Right.
We were. You know what I mean? So
Were you?
it's changed the business, but also people don't value things as much because it's so quick to flip to the next thing.
Right,
People used to watch a whole comedy special. Now if they don't like it,
You don't like it, 30
just click on
seconds, you
TikTok to
click
watch
up
50 comedy
Right,
specials.
yeah.
The attention span and the appreciation for the effort that everybody put in is definitely a bit diminished.
A victimish, absolutely. Because when I was doing, I'll give you an example. When I was doing NYPD Blue, so one of my episode went big, and they repeated my episode, and that same night, the president made a speech, and they killed my Tuesday night, and that was $3,500 that was coming back to me, and I lost that money because they never aired. And I was like, of all the fucking time, this guy has to go talk now. I didn't even mind his business or anything. But the thing
It's all
is,
about you, not the country.
no, fuck the
You know what I'm
country.
saying?
Exactly.
We don't want to let the fucking people know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
But
You
the
know,
point is-
we're gonna lie to you anyway. But
Yeah,
still,
exactly.
we should-
Don't ruin my episode.
Anytime something important happens in this world, we should definitely be coming to you first and saying, "Are you getting any residuals here?
Yeah.
When can we properly do this? Like, are we okay on this day?"
But what I'm saying is, it's like today, like you said, the business is diminishing. It's like you could reach out to a celeb. Back in the day, to reach out to a celebrity, you had to go through their publicist. Because I did a movie once, and I had to get Burt Young, who was in Rocky. I called the Actors Club. I called the Actors Studio. I called everywhere and got his number. Today, you go online, boom, you just type
Yeah.
in People Finder, celebrity. I could find the person's phone number in a heartbeat. You could go on Instagram and chat with that person if they want to chat. It's a whole different.
Wouldn't you say it's better now though, because you could kind of get directly from your fans the support?
I think I think there's good and bad with everything, right? I think it's better because we have this ease of being able to communicate. Like, there's amazing things that come out of social media. There's these artists in Australia that I've never met, but I've had them on my podcast, and I've reached out to them just from finding their art all over the US, and to be able to just follow them on Instagram and then say how much I love their work, and then we become friends. Like, these are magical things that can happen. The ease of that is important because things are moving faster now. People are shooting more content shorter. Before a scene was one scene shot in a day in the movie business. Now
Yeah.
to make the profit back on it, they have to shoot 4 scenes in a day because of all the
Even
stolen
more.
content and everything else. There's pros and cons with everything. The most important thing is to adapt. And the one thing that can never be taken away from any of us is there's nothing better than in person. You doing your on stage stuff as a comedian, me doing my events and meeting people, you can't replace that. You can't duplicate that. Nobody can take that away. And human interaction is going to become valuable again. People are going to start realizing how much better they felt when they were going out and doing things with their friends and in groups. And those of us have to continue to push forward and say, you can't duplicate this in-person experience.
Right. I think, like you said, it has its good and bads on both ends. When I started out in 1987, I got SAG in 89. So, submit during the 90s, it was all about submitting and agents. And I had Abrams Oz, I had William Morris, I had all the big agents, and it was always submitting. My house looked like the post office. There was, I would say, probably 150 cassette tapes stacked up against all my
Let me
tapes.
ask you this, though. It's much easier to send
It's
dick
easier
pics
now.
now.
Yeah.
Dick pics took a
Dick
long
pics-
time to send. You had to mail them.
Well, I
right?
don't know if my manager, Roger Paul, wants to see any dick pics. Hey, Roger, you want a dick pic?
Wait, Lisa, how many do you get, or did you get? Dick
A
pics?
lot, but now I have
'Cause
my settings kind of different on all of my platforms. But I will rate them for money on OnlyFans because I'm not a fucking idiot. It is a business.
Right.
And whether I like it or not, it is in my wheelhouse and it's an opportunity which I do exercise. So on the random day, picture me going into my bedroom closet at least once a day. I do them in my closet because it's a nice sound studio, right? It's padded, all the clothes. I step in there, I look at the photo, ooh la la, I'm gonna rate this thing, and then I charge more if they want it by video in lingerie. So then, I do those every other day. So I'm
Alright.
rating a dick a day, at
You
least.
thinking what I'm thinking?
What? I gotta send the dick pic.
Yeah,
So
we'll
for Hunter,
get a little rating.
Yeah.
Will
I'll
you be
comp
honest though?
Yeah. By the
can't
way,
go
I'm
easy
not.
on it.
I'm never mean about it because I never want them to be insecure. But I do often talk about manscaping, cleaning their room because the photo of what I could see, like they're laying on their bed, I see there's laundry everywhere. I'm like, until you clean this room, I'm not giving you your rating. Clean it up, take another picture, boom. I'll give you to make it a video, but I want to see that fucking room. And I talk to them.
what do
about-
you care if their room is filthy? Like my room is
Because nobody's
upside
going to
down.
have sex with you if your room looks like this. And what I'm
Exactly.
hoping by them being a part of my content, by enjoying the engagement, is that I'm building their confidence
wanna
that
enjoy.
they can go
They
out and
wanna
meet
get
women.
their- They want to get their rocks off and go to Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Or have it brought to their house where they live with their mother.
Uber Eats, right, to the mother's
In the basement.
But I'll tell you what, I do see some beautiful ones. And the other day, a guy sent me one, but there's no head because a lot of times they're afraid of somebody leaking out on the internet.
Right.
And I asked him if it was a stock photo. I'm like, is this really you? Or is it I asked him by voice note, is this really you or this is a stock photo? I will not read it until you tell me. And then he sent me a couple photos of him dressed. He's like, no, it's really me. And I'm like, well, you definitely should be applying for porn. Like, you should be in the business. He's fit. It was beautiful. I'm like, thank you so much for sending it. It was a joy. Sure joy. It was the one of the month that I was like, this is an exciting. I've seen some of the guys like to have them in these clamps. I've seen them in these metal thing. And I always write back, look, not freak shaming. Not at all. Don't kink shame. But I've never seen that before. And I don't know how I feel about it yet. So walk that through my head. Let me just workshop that a little while. If it makes you happy, I'm happy for you, but I don't know how to rate it. I can't really see it. It's in a lockbox. Yeah. Huh.
Do you think that there's like a niche in porn for someone like Mario?
I do. But, with all of the opportunity Mario has going, I just don't see it worth it. The insane craziness of the industry is a level of toxic that I really don't want this exposure.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Well, it is a way for you to get your numbers up.
Well, that's a leak thing. We don't make it a professional. It's a leak thing. That's how you do it. The Kardashian, the leak thing. You know what I mean? Then we get the
Right.
model
So
releases,
if Mario were to leak a sex tape, how would you direct Mario's sex tape? If we wanted to leak.
Well,
this,
first
get
of
some
all, I
numbers up.
need to know your preferences. So what is it that you're into? Because remember, as the director, as I mentioned, how to make a good director, I need to know what my talent now loves, likes, what turns you on, what's your passion.
It's got to be beautiful, obviously. It's
Okay.
got maybe Italian, dark hair. Blonde hair is cool. Dark hair is what I prefer.
Okay, dark hair. Tattoos, no tattoos.
I don't know. That doesn't really bother
Piercings, no piercings.
me. No piercings. Doesn't bother me. don't give a
Toys,
shit
no
if they-
toys.
Whatever they like.
Okay.
If they want to stick a staple through their nose or a nail through their lips, I couldn't give a shit what their preference is.
What kind of scenes would you do? Would they be romantic scenes? Would they be like the pizza delivery guy shows up, knock, knock, knock? Would there be a storyline, or would it just be like bang, bang, bang right away?
I don't know.
You don't have a fantasy?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Wow.
What kind of porn are you into?
Whatever I watch that's on Pornhub,
Whatever's free.
whatever's free.
Whatever's free.
If it's free.
Killing my business. Killing my business. You know what I mean? We can't walk into a comedy club for free, but you can watch us for free. You know what I mean?
No, I don't want to. Listen, I'm all about. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is for all entertainment. I'm for entertainment. People
But
should
when
pay
you
for
open your
entertainment.
Pornhub, there's got to be it knows you, algorithm. How'd you train the algorithm? Was there ever a keyword that you put into that?
I don't go on Pornhub every day. I don't even go on it. Like, I go on it once in a while. Just,
randomly.
For research purposes.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but
On
I
a
don't
flight
really,
Yeah.
with strangers.
So, how about this? You went out on a date and you took the girl back home. Do a scenario for us.
Thank you, Irma, coming through.
you're making me blush.
Why?
Look at all the questions you just asked me. We're opening
but-
up
You're
here. We're
interviewing
opening
a
up
porn star.
Exactly.
Yes.
Shouldn't be blushing.
But, listen, would I bring it to my mother's basement? My mother's dead, but no, I wouldn't bring it to my mother's basement. Would I bring it to a hotel? No, I don't.
We don't care where you bring it up. We don't care.
We don't care.
We care when you're there, what's going to happen. That's what we want to
From
know.
the second you take your shoes off at the door, okay?
Ooh, you getting on the train to go to the hotel? Who gives a fuck? Get there already. Get there.
Oh my god. I guess, I don't know. Never really had a preference, It's either.
Well, is there a little kissing? Dancing? What type of music are you putting on? Are you running a bath? Are the candles?
I have no time for candles and bats and fucking that.
Where are you going? What's the hurry? You want to get her out of there? Is she
Yeah.
charging you by the hour?
Yeah.
No, but
What is the hotel? By the hour? I mean, come on.
What's the rush here?
Damn.
I got no time. This is a fucking fantasy scenario. And you're in a rush.
Like a slam bam thank you, ma'am, over here.
Not even a thank you. I gotta get on stage. That's my thing. It's like,
I think Mario would like to do like porno on stage or something, like while he's performing for a crowd.
no, I
That's your
wouldn't.
true love right there.
No, I would not. I gotta tell you, I was at a.
I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, let's get.
Let me ask you something. You're in a room with
Lisa.
this amazing woman here. You're
Yeah.
going to say, let's go. I got to get on stage?
Yeah.
You got fucking rocks in your head.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would say, listen, we got 25 minutes, 30 tops. I got an Uber.
You're a
come.
liar. You're
will
a
not. I
liar.
swear to you.
You're
I
a
swear.
liar.
I promised you this. About 5 minutes in, you would forget time even existed.
Exactly.
You wouldn't make it for your show.
Maybe
Exactly.
not. But
At the end of the night, Lisa would be like this. Come on, Mario, come on. And you'd be like this. So, let's speak the truth over
no,
here.
but I would.
When you first saw her before, you almost fell off the fucking chair. Come on. And she just said, hi, Mario.
I didn't fall off the chair. What chair did I fall off of?
On the last episode, we had Nems, right?
Yeah.
And you try to set up Irma with Nems.
Yeah. So
Would you show Lisa a nice spot in Little Italy where there's good spaghetti?
Yeah, we could go for spaghetti dinner and hang out after. Absolutely.
Okay.
Where would you take her in Little Italy?
Well, technically, Little Italy's all dump. I mean, there's better
You
places.
just don't want to answer the question.
Yeah, I don't know. Where would I take her? He asked me where would I take her in Little Italy. We're talking about Little Italy, okay?
Or anywhere in Bay Ridge, Bensonhurst.
If we were in LA, we'd go someplace nice. We'd go.
But LA doesn't have any good Italian.
Sure they do. Modern. There was the one in Venice Beach.
Not like here.
Not like here, but they were pretty good. Their rice bowls were good.
Okay.
I don't understand. Sabino asked me where would I take Nems. I put them in my trunk. Forget about that. I put Nems in my trunk and bring them home. That's it. Tie them to the radiator. That's it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Am I right, Lee?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god!
Say it.
You got to work on the gusto. You know what I mean? Have some, the kahunas.
Say, bitch, you're mine. Let's go.
Come on, bitch!
Well, now Lisa.
Amazing.
Oh my god!
All right, Nico, sorry. We try to get that. We even forgot the question
Mario's
already.
looking at his watch right now. Jeez, what have we
She
done?
has to
Gotta
be
go on
fucking
stage.
I do. I have to be on the stage tonight in Princeton, New Jersey,
At what time?
at 7:30.
So you got 5 hours.
You get around, eh?
All over the place. You name it. As soon as that phone rings, I don't think about where the location is.
I think we need somebody to give Irma the Heimlich maneuver.
Oh my God, Sabino, like you got 5 hours.
You're so shy. Can we tell her
Wow.
why you're shy? Because I don't want to say it, but can we tell her? It's going to be open by this time. It's already going to be out. So can we tell her? Because I texted to you and you ignored it. So
You want me to ask her?
yeah.
Oh, I just got another cameo appearance.
Oh, I love you. You do cameos too? I love
it.
cameo.
I
It's
love
fun.
it.
Shameless plug-in.
I love cameos.
Okay, he wants me to ask you if you ever had a virgin.
No, only when I was a virgin. We were both virgins together.
Oh, wow. So you both lost the bean at the same time.
Lost the bean at the same time. Yeah, it's
Cool.
a very unexciting situation because when you're both virgins, neither of you know what it's supposed to play out
Exactly.
like. And I will say, all of my friends were having sex before me, and I felt like they all lied and made it seem like it was so much greater than it was. Because when you're young, it's not great. You don't know yourself yet. You're not comfortable yet. Doesn't
How old were
last
you when you
long.
first lost your virginity?
13.
Wow.
And my friends were doing it before me.
Wow.
And I waited to go on the pill and made sure that shit kicked in for 90 days before I'd have sex with my boyfriend because I did not want to get knocked up like a lot of my friends' older sisters at that time were doing. It's very unromantic. Write it in a calendar, the kids marking off the days, But I was like, no, they told me at Planned Parenthood, it takes 90 days for this shit to work and there ain't no risks were taken. So that's how unromantic it was. But I was always a planner.
At least you waited 90 days with your boyfriend. I mean, maybe.
No, we were together for a long time before that, but a couple
And
like,
he never
but
pushed you into it. And
I wanted the pill to kick in. That's where the 90 days comes from, the birth control pill. I did not want to have
but
his child.
13, that's kind of young, no? I mean,
Kids now, 10, 11.
really?
Yeah. They're watching porn at 10. They're having the, yes.
Oh, wow.
You didn't hear she's going to a class?
I know. I heard it. I heard it,
16-year-olds,
Richie. I
you gotta
heard
go
it.
How
to
about
the
you?
them.
Have you ever had a virgin?
Have I ever had a virgin? I am a virgin.
All this shit talk about you being a star fucker, and I think you're out. Were you hand jobbing and blowing, and you're still a virgin?
I've had hand jobs, by the way.
Okay. So you're not 100% pure.
No.
If you've had hand jobs,
Yeah, I've
you're
had
not
hand
100%.
jobs. Never.
Just a hand job?
That's it.
Nope.
Blowjobs?
Nope.
And why is that? Your choice?
No. It's the way life is. You know.
Okay.
Never was.
Handies are easy in public as well, strip clubs, where have you, right?
It was a massage parlor.
Oh,
and,
same. Yeah. That's it.
You know,
There was a purchase
didn't
made,
really.
you tipped.
It wasn't really. It wasn't something that I was looking for, pertainingly. It was just she just wanted
Convenient.
and it was happy and it was good and it
That's
was
why they
fun.
call it a happy ending.
But I have no shame to say I'm a virgin. Listen, I am what I am, and it's fine. I'm comfortable with it.
Do you want to slide into one of those, though? Do you want to be inside the vagina?
One day.
Okay.
I'm not in a rush to.
We're searching for the right woman. Now I get it.
I don't know if it's searching for the right woman or it's shame of my body or shame of who I am. Or
Don't.
I'm
even say
serious.
that.
What do
No.
No.
That doesn't matter. That's we all have our own things in our head that hold us back from taking steps with other people.
Right,
But
like
you'd be
stand-up
surprised.
comedy. I
Yep.
didn't want to be a comedian. I felt embarrassed on the stage of being who I am, and then I kind of was like, time to go up, and it's like, okay, and then I got into it. You know
So
what
what do we do? Do we push him onto a porn set? Like, how are we gonna make this happen?
gotta get
Do we
comfortable
we
first.
push him into a sex party? There's a lot of sex parties in Brooklyn. There are, because Brett, my co-star on my show, he does PA work for $20 an hour. You clean up and you spray Febreze. You get ice at the gas station for sex parties in Brooklyn. So I know they're here. Do we just get you in one and nudge?
Maybe we could get the address before she leaves, Mario. Just in case you ever decide to go.
Maybe.
You don't have like a crush on somebody? You don't ever see a girl and
I
say,
do, but-
Maron.
I think you gotta stop focusing on work so much. And,
I do have a crush on women. Absolutely.
No, but I'm saying,
I'm not
like,
gay.
I didn't say that.
I never said you did.
I'm saying, do you have a specific person? You know, like me, there's no secret. Nems.
Well,
You know? You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah, do you have a celebrity crush that you would like to take
growing
out?
up, I had a crush on Victoria Principal.
Oh, that's a great one.
But
The
I'm
classic
talking a
from our
real
generation,
person.
Yeah.
She's a real person. Now
She was in what?
Dallas.
Dynasty?
Dallas.
That
I
was
loved
a
her.
great show.
Loved her. She was a hot model back in the day,
Gorgeous.
swimsuit, and Pamela Anderson probably a little bit.
Right, but in real life, that you can approach someone.
Did my phone fall back here?
Yep, it's on the other
It's on the
side.
right.
Other side
It's on the side right there.
of your throne.
Let's see what they're texting me over
That's
here.
I'm picturing it.
Oh, okay, because I saw you. Yeah, I did have crushes, absolutely. But
I do think that you're working too much and you're not thinking about yourself. So if we want to get you into a relationship, this should be something that we're focused
I don't think
on.
I could afford a relationship.
Okay.
I think that right now it's a little bit about being selfish about my career.
How about this? Do you want to be with somebody single who's looking to just hang out and keep it casual, or would you rather be with a married woman
Nah,
so that
I
you
don't
know
wanna
her
be- I don't wanna
schedule
be-
and
I don't want to be with nobody married because I don't want to dig no holes at the end of the night.
What about a sugar mama situation?
Yeah.
Sugar mamas are nice. You know, I have a friend of mine. He's with a sugar mama pretty much. And, you know, she's much older than him. And
does she have him do chores or anything? Like, does he earn his keep? I'm just wondering. I'm always
I
curious.
don't know. I mean, she calls him her boyfriend. Like, they just got engaged and he gave her an old New York Ranger ring. And I'm like, he didn't go out and buy you a fucking diamond rock? She would have killed him. You know, it's
Wait,
Ranger.
she's a sugar mama. She's
It's
gotta
her
be
money.
buying him
Yeah,
things.
She does buy him. She pays for cruises, airline tickets. That she pays for food.
Does he got a brother? Does she got a brother for me? I need a sugar daddy.
I don't know if she has a brother. No, she doesn't have a brother. She has a sister. But,
Oh, no. Maybe for you.
no, maybe.
Mario, you're not really telling us what you want, what you're looking for, the perfect date, the perfect girl.
Help us help you.
Exactly. Love it. Lisa, you should use that line.
That's what my
I like that. Help me help you.
I think that's something my therapist tells me. Help me help you, so I could help you. And I don't know. I mean, it's never been on my to-do list. It's never been something like, it's never been like something like,
Okay, but by the way, sex is not on anyone's to-do list. It's just an instinct. We
An
all
instinct,
want to
right.
go out there and have it.
right. So
That's-
it's not.
Unless you just don't want to have it.
I mean, it's
That's
not that
fine,
I
too.
don't
What
want to
if you have it, you fall in love with it, we can't find you for like 3 weeks because you don't want to stop having it. You're going to be acting like, the teenager.
It's pretty
who-
great. I will tell you that.
I'm not doubting that that's great. I mean, you can't stop dropping that phone. No, it's not. It's not that it's not great, but I want it to be on my time, and it has to be at the time when I meet somebody that I
And
feel-
special to you.
Yeah, it has to be. I don't want to do something because I'm forced into something. You understand?
He's looking for love.
He's looking for love.
He's looking for love. He ain't looking for that slam
no,
bag.
no.
You
I'm
don't want
not.
to just
I'm
have
not looking.
some roster of some booty calls.
Yeah, I just want it. I want it to be.
Special.
Like, I'll give you an example. Smoking pot. A lot of kids in my neighborhood used to force me, come on, you're a chicken, or you were this. And I wasn't going to do stuff out of peer pressure because I had to satisfy my friends. Fuck that. I was like, no. But when I got older and I was hanging out with a much mature group, first of all, I skeeve everybody.
Wait a minute. Do you feel we're pressuring you?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Because weed. I'll give you an example. Like I skeeve people. You know what I'm saying? I'm very about skill. Like I have a friend of mine. He drank out of my glass in L.A. and I want to be like, that's yours. He's like, why? I only drank from the side of it.
I can't see him making a woman happy then. I'm sorry. If you're even things.
We're gonna have a little bit of work to do.
Yeah.
But
you know,
listen,
a little training
listen,
over
listen,
here.
A little
Lee.
process
Listen.
here.
Yeah.
Some flexibility as well, because the longer we stay alone, the more stubborn we get as well. So then you have a list of things that have to stay the
Would
same
you
way.
drink out of a glass that you had sex with a guy that you don't know who he is, some bacala, and you just had sex with him, and
Look, if we just had sex, obviously, I could drink
Exactly.
Out of his glass.
If
I could chew his fucking gum at this
yo,
It's like 3 steps past.
exactly. I mean, if
I got some gum. What'd you eat yesterday? Bring it over.
you'd eat the sandwich out of his mouth. Come on. I
I think there's potential for a dating show for Mario.
I agree.
Nico,
after
bring it
season
back,
1,
Nico.
I agree. And also, we can do an email blast and get you some sugar mama candidates. And I bet you we'd find some. Because you're a doll to be around.
oh, thank you.
All right, so when someone's asked what's the perfect woman, we should say pretty,
very
Italian,
pretty, Italian,
a lot of money.
Actually, Spanish. I like Spanish girls.
okay.
But I think money is a requirement.
All
here.
money has to be a requirement. Some are broke stuff.
So when people ask, just make sure you throw that in there.
You could order the pasta, but don't order the shrimp.
What about physique?
They have to look appropriate. I mean, I have nothing against women that are heavy, but there is a song by a friend of Sabino's that I love, and he has a line in it, and I know Nico's, we're going to cut it
Is it
out.
Nems you're talking about?
No. I can't say his name. I'm always bad saying his name.
What's the line?
That girls with fat asses can't get into the bar.
What song is this?
What friend?
Fucking friend are we talking about?
Fedra?
Sveta said that.
Yes,
sings in
yes,
Italian.
yes. He sings in Italian. The song is
I
called
think
Easy.
you misunderstood.
No, the song is called Easy.
Uh-huh.
And then you want me to play the song? 'Cause I'll play it right now.
No.
The
'Cause
song
we
is
we have to edit it out if you do that.
the name of the song is called Easy.
Okay.
And you know when he has a line in that girls with big asses can't get into the bars.
All right, you don't like a fat ass. What else? You're taking too long over
What do you want me to
here.
tell you? She's got to be at least my size.
Lisa, ask me what I like.
Like,
A dad bod.
oh,
That's it.
yes.
1, 2,
No.
3.
Tell
Boom.
her about the chub rocks.
Oh, so I made this word up. Chub rock.
Okay.
Let me give you a definition of a chub rock. Now, let's keep in mind, I'm using him as an example, but I'm like, we're cousins,
Yeah.
so Sabino's a chub rock.
Okay.
He's cute.
Low pick is a chub rock.
Lopic is a chub rock. But I went to Sabino because he was there. He's cute. He's chubby. He's got that beard. You know,
You like
he's
that
got
beard?
that, excuse me, I'm speaking about a man. You had your turn.
Irma likes hairy men too, like a little
Right.
hair on the chest back.
You know, I don't
Manly
like, right, I don't like a thin guy. What am I going to do, break his back? Yeah, I mean, but I like that look.
You like a guy you can climb like a mountain.
Exactly.
And you want him to be masculine.
Right.
Right?
Lee,
You want-
I want to look at a guy and say,
He's definitely a man.
I'll climb that mountain.
Oh, I get that.
You get me, right?
oh,
now,
completely.
we're girls, and
Yeah.
we're telling you.
I would quite often walk by a tall bouncer somewhere and look at him and say, I'd climb you like a fucking jungle gym.
Yeah, I don't know. Who
Do
said
not let me have another cocktail. When my friends hear me saying shit like that, like, these things go home, or one of these fucking busboys is going home.
Right. Like, did
Such
you
a bad
say
habit.
before about firemen or somebody
Yeah,
said,
firemen are coming.
what
you're
I
super
say.
excited.
I'm
And
staying.
that's
Can I
the body.
stay?
Yes, that's the body, right?
That-
You love that body.
my God.
Well,
Maybe
they're usually fit. They're not.
They're very fit.
They also make calendars and stuff.
They
They
do.
have a reputation.
Yeah.
Well, I like fit men too, Nico. I'm just saying, you know, I just like that bigger gentleman.
I get it. I get it. You want to have something
Exactly.
brawny to grab onto.
Right. So go ahead. What do you like? You don't like a fat ass? Come on.
no, I don't like fat asses.
You don't want her to be too tall, I'm imagining, right?
No, too tall, no, because then I'd have to climb. I'd have to get a step tall, to kiss her. I'd have to get a step stool to kiss her, and
Okay, so she'd be a little.
What about bosoms?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want like the
Triple Ks?
Yeah, I don't like those. I don't need
You want
pillows
real
to
or
sleep on.
implants?
Real. Fuck that implant
What
bullshit.
if they look good?
Mario, you're too picky, bro.
You know,
Very picky.
If maybe
Very
if maybe if they were really done well. I mean, I don't really care. That's her preference.
Sounds like you want Mona Lisa or something.
I do want Mona Lisa.
And you would also probably like her to not be touched
Yeah.
by any other man before you.
No,
What do
I
you
don't
want,
care.
a virgin?
I know.
What do you want, a 40-year-old virgin
Do you want
over
her to be
here?
experienced?
Yeah, she could have experience. I don't care. She doesn't have to be a virgin to me. She doesn't have to.
All right, I think we got a little bit further there.
We got a lot of work here, man.
got a lot of work.
A lot.
We're getting it. This is
getting it.
episode 3, and we're learning a lot.
I have no shame at all in who I am. I have no shame. I would have probably lied and said, no, I'm not a virgin. But now I don't really have shame. I with the pelvis, you don't know, but it's like I talk about it on stage. So why should I have any shame about it?
But you can't tell us what type of woman
When the
you
first
like.
time me and Mario spoke about it, I said, Mario, have you ever had sex? And he goes, once or twice.
Yeah, so.
Now, if you've had sex once or twice, you remember. I remember every single time at that point. So now, you know, it's a new thing where he actually told me that he's a virgin. So I'm happy he's coming out of his shell and he's showing who he
It's
is.
important. It's
Would
very
you-
good progress.
Again,
Would
this
you
is.
be up to a New York dating thing?
Yeah.
Can we put you on an app?
No.
Okay, we'll
No,
find
I-
other ways then. We're narrowing it down.
I think if we put you on a dating app, it could be good for your brand too.
Yes.
Because they'll follow you on Instagram.
Great
Yes.
networking opportunity.
I want to get Disney, you know?
You can get Patreon paying for stuff. We'll get
There
you a
you
little account set up. Okay, we know what we're working
I
with
was getting
here.
paid from
But I want to
Patreon.
let you know something. It's one of these activities that we like to do in this world. You watch 6 hours of film on a flight of people, action movies of this sort. I fear that you're just going to really spend a year of your life doing it every day once you meet that person and not be able to do this podcast and not be able to show up for all of your little gigs all over the place. And I hope she's wealthy and you guys just fuck like rabbits for a year.
Ooh.
Love that.
Woo! That was a little bit.
Mario, anything you want to say to close it out? I feel like this was a lot for you.
It was a lot for me. I mean, I kind of was ready for it, but I think Irma just turned the gas on and you assisted.
You were putting us to sleep. Lisa's eyes were like this.
No, she wasn't.
You got fucking Lisa Ann on your show, and you don't want to talk about sex.
Right, and you're a man. You should be over there and say, Lisa, are those real? Or this, that, that's something,
They
man.
look kind of like they've been.
That. Forget it.
I know they're not real. They're picked up.
Well, this has been amazing. We'll revisit. Irma,
Listen, I
are
gotta
just
tell
a
you
joy.
something.
Please tell.
A friend of mine wanted to take me in LA this trip on. There was a nudity place. You could go in and
Yeah.
I don't know if you still have to drop the quarter in to watch, but and I was like,
Yeah, people.
yeah, it was like one of these nudity.
Yeah, we know what it is. Continue.
Believe me.
And I just said no. I don't. I was embarrassed in a way.
It's the beautiful naked body. Get used to Get used to your beautiful naked body. Every naked body
When
is
I get
beautiful.
naked, I go, oh, fuck, what happened to me? I go,
That's what happens when you get older, though. Everybody's like that, not just you.
yeah, but, I'm very old. How old are you, May?
51. I'll be
Me
52
too.
in May. 1972 you were born?
73, January.
Oh, so you
19.
just had a birthday. So
I
my
just-
birthday's in May. So
Oh,
I'll be
well, happy
52
birthday
in May.
coming up. I can't wait. We're both 51, see? And you know what? And like you said, you lost your virginity at 13. I'm still a virgin at 51. A lot of my friends, they kind of made fun of me when the 40th virgin came out. And I was like, you better lose it because otherwise you're going to be the 41st and I'm 51 and I'm still a virgin. And I'm not, it's not a religion thing because a lot of family were like, because one of my cousins, my sister told my cousin he's still a virgin. I wanted to hit her with a pot right off the stove. I wanted to say, mind your business. But she, it's like, why should I be made fun of, And
Nobody should be made
Nobody.
fun
But
of.
we want you to enjoy that part of your
Right.
life. Unlock that code, that next level. of
I
it.
do want to unlock that code, but it has to be at a time where things happen.
I have one last question before we wrap this up, because I know I have people coming here at 3. We've got the event at 4. But my question to you is, how often do you masturbate?
You don't have to lie, Mario. You can
I'm
say
not
the truth.
lying. I'm not lying. I would say maybe 4 times a month, maybe.
That's it?
Yeah, huh?
Oh, it's such a healthy
But
thing
because
to do.
he's never had
that
it.
connection with his
Right,
body, right?
Right.
It's a very healthy thing to do. It also
It's
does
true.
release a
If-
lot of hormones and
if
things.
you
that
never
help
had
with arthritis.
sex-
Is there a specific day during the week or something? Like
4 times a month.
is it
times
every
a-
Sunday?
Every
or something?
Sunday, every
Tuesday
Saturday
at
night.
3:30, 3 p.m.
No, it's just
That's not enough. I'm just letting you know.
That's
Connect with
crazy.
yourself.
I jerked off 4 times since being here.
Yeah, of course.
Same.
4 times a month.
oh my god.
This has been great. We've really learned a lot.
I have
I've
to-
worked up quite an appetite.
Oh, well, I want to throw up.
I just ordered you a salad, by the way.
But I gotta say, what do you have coming up real soon? Like, you have any events coming up?
So
or-
you can follow me at The Real Lisa Ann. I put out everything that I'm doing social media wise. You'll get to see my flyers, my books, the places where you'll get to meet me at events, and that makes it a super easy way to follow. But
Wow.
right now I'm working on my podcast. Comes out every Wednesday, The Lisa Ann Experience. Building my YouTube channel, and really just
how do I crash your podcast?
oh well
Don't forget, he's a star fucker.
yeah.
And I crashed this one the first time, so
Yeah, we'll do that after we have a couple dates with you, because I want to have follow-ups.
Ooh.
You know, Lisa, I do want to say something to you. I have to tell you. Just sitting here, when you were saying about, we were saying about like how times have changed or whatever. You're going to a college to educate people, right? And I had this thought in my head where we used to have a video store up the block in the 90s, and they had a closed section for
Yes.
the X-rated.
Of course, you go behind beads,
Right.
Beads.
And the guys would wait till the store's almost closed to go in.
They were embarrassed.
And here you are educating people. I think it's amazing. You're an amazing person. That's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate that so
Yeah.
much, Irma. I think it's important to have this conversation because of so much impact of the content being available for the mind that isn't yet ready to process. And I think it is important that we value our sexual interactions and that we have some connection with someone. We know what their limits are. We just see so much rough content out there, and I think it intimidates a lot of young people.
Right.
And our population is going down, and our pregnancies are going down, and that's the reason that I see why. So I want to make sure everybody feels
well,
good
we
about themselves.
want to make sure that they're enjoying their lives.
Yep.
And, pregnancy is the kind of like something that people really don't, like I personally could never afford to support somebody's child. If it was even my child, I would never be able to. It would be like,
Well, you're only gonna knock up a rich woman, so that's what
well,
we're saying.
Okay, so, and she's not going to want to have a kid. So she's going to be a sugar mama. So don't worry about that.
so
Say
again,
bye, everybody, Mario.
well, guys, here's another one for the Mario Bosco Show. My special guest, give it up for Lisa Ann, because she is spectacular.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, by the
I
way,
love-
for coming, because this is my second or third episode. So I am really happy to have somebody I can relate to, a star fucker in a way.
Did he say relate to?
relate to, yeah.
relate to?
Relate because she's Hollywood famous. I'm show business,
okay,
different
show
kinds of
business.
business
Got
of
it,
shows,
got it.
different kinds of business of shows.
Got
and,
it.
And thank you, Irma, for another great. Love you.
Who
honey.
loves you?
Who loves you, baby? Frankie Valley. Who loves you, baby? Frankie Valley. Thank you again, guys. Tune in for episode 4 coming real soon.